Hey guys, welcome to another video, and welcome to the Bloodbath. Let's go over all the picks that I had for last week that got ruined because of the market sell-off. So as you can see on the screen, this is the S&P 500. Last week it was down. It was up a little bit, but it ended down, and a lot of stocks took big hits. So let's go through the picks that I had and see maybe if they will come back this week, or maybe it's just dead. So the first one that we're going to talk about is EBON, E-B-O-N, which is eBank, the company. And I've been raving about this stock for a while now. I don't hear too many people talking about it. I'm not sure why. They're really big into crypto. They just announced, so in general it went down because everything else went down, but I'm still very bullish on this stock in the medium and long term. It's at a 6.9 right now, and just in the last month, it was up around 11. So I think that's going to go back up. But anyway, the major catalyst from last week is that they are going to start to launch mining. So look down here exactly. Launch Litecoin and Dogecoin mining. So, you can say what you want about Doji and Litecoin, but they are alternative cryptos, and they do have value, and I believe they will carry and continue to grow as Bitcoin does. So, that's a big catalyst. Also, we have to remember that they also are announcing a exchange for crypto, so kind of like a Robinhood for crypto, it sounds like, by the end of the first quarter. So we're getting close to that too. So keep these guys in mind. I bought the dip. I take that back. I did not buy the dip yet. But I would watch them, and I think the market could continue to sell off for another week or so, but you might want to pick up shares of this while it's still cheap. So my price target after they announce the crypto exchange, we're probably looking at $15 on the high side. That'd be a good case scenario. But I would say you're gonna be 8 to 10 on the very low. It's gonna go up though, guys. So I would watch that. I would watch EBON. Next, we're gonna talk about CCIV, Churchill Capital, which is set to merge with Lucid Motors. They make electric vehicles, similar to a Tesla or a NIO. The merger was announced, and we had a run up. The overall market sold off, and we're looking now at $30 a share. The 52-week high was 64. So that was once we had the merger confirmed. I told you guys to watch this last week. Again, the whole market sold off. We're about half of our 52-week high at this point. So we have good news, but the overall market had bad news. We're down about half the cost. I would pick up shares. If you want to be safe, average your way in. Don't go all in one shot, especially considering that the market could drop off again next week. But definitely keep this one on your radar, guys. This is a good long-term hold, and I believe this is a really good price for it. I don't know how much lower it'll go past 30. All right, the next stock that we had on our watch list last week was Workhorse, and I don't even know what to say to this. If you guys are following Workhorse at all, you know that they were probably the front runner for a USPS contract, which was set to replace all of the post office's delivery vans, delivery trucks, whatever you want to call them. The overall 10-year revenue would have been $7 billion. They're looking at now a market cap of $2 billion, but it was actually awarded to another company, and between that and the overall market sell-off, Workhorse crashed. If you look here on the 6-month chart, the highs were 41.34, and now we're sitting at 16. So, this one didn't work out. No one foresaw this, even though we should have seen it as a possibility. But anyway, so Workhorse sold off. Hopefully no one took big positions because it might be only for the long term or taking a loss. They are talking about there's rumors, and I read a report saying that Democrats in the House are trying to, I guess, reverse it, or maybe give part of the contract to workforce. I'm not really sure. So this is something that didn't work out for us, but we may want to watch it for next week. So not this week, but possibly next week. Next stock that we spoke about last week was Riot. And if you remember or you watched the video, you would recall that Elon Musk put out a tweet that said Bitcoin's a little bit high. Riot follows Bitcoin. And that, coupled with the overall market sell-off, led to a huge drop in Riot. So, the year 52-week high was about $80. We're sitting at 43 now. It's about half off. Great company long term if you believe in Bitcoin long term. I recommended snapping up shares if there's a dip because of the Elon Musk tweet. Didn't realize it was going to be this low. I did not pick up shares. I just had all of my money tied up in other plays, but this would be a good one to pick up for next week. And the last stock that I mentioned last week was Palantir Technologies. They're a data company that does a lot with the government. And I said that we're starting to reach a support level. This is a very common support, this $24 range. And it hit it, came up, and then due to the overall market sell-off, dropped down again. So right now we're sitting about that $24 range. It also dropped because of earnings. They had good earnings, but not as good as one would expect. And there's also insiders that have been selling off. So things happened with Palantir last week in addition to the overall market. So I recommended buying around the 24. If you did buy around the 24, you're still in decent shape. Like I said, this is a good long-term company. But that being said, I would just watch out next week to see if there's any more drop. So that's it. That's the recap for last week's picks. It's a hard video to make because there was a huge market sell-off, so everything went down. No one could have predicted that. Well, I guess some people could have, but I did not predict that. And I'm assuming there's going to be more to follow. So thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. If you want more of this content, I'll be making another video about my picks for the next week. And stay tuned for that. Thanks again, guys. See you on the next one.